Alright, so I'm gonna try to do some kind of new video, maybe one or two like the other ones I do when I try them out, but give it a shot. So I like to cook, and so I'm no nutritionalist expert, I'm no professional chef, but just a normal guy that likes to cook sometimes, and so I figured I would just make some videos while I meal prep for this week. Just kind of go through cooking, but talk about current events, things I've seen recently, stuff like that. So, to start it off for the meal prep this week, first thing I'm going to do is make some stuff with quinoa. I don't know how many of y'all have tried it before. I think maybe it sounds a little too youngsterish for some people, but it's a pretty good little thing. Good substitute for rice, from what I understand. So I'm going to do that. And with that, I'm going to cook some pork and just some chunk pork that I got from Target. Couldn't remember the store for a second. I'm there enough. And make a little sauce that I've come up with. Kind of got an Asian flavor to it. I wouldn't call it Asian, but I think it has an Asian flavor to it, mainly just because I used some soy sauce in it and sriracha. But, so, go ahead and get started cooking. And with all my videos, they're kind of raw sometimes. I'm no editing guy, nothing like that, so maybe may see me go in and out of the camera shot sometimes. So this is 4 servings worth. What I'll probably do is divide it up in 2, so each serving of my meal prep will actually be 2 servings of pork. Not sure if I'm supposed to spray the pan down first with meat, but I do anyways. So things to talk about is random. So I don't know how many of y'all are my generation and watched some Alf back in the day, but there's an app called Tubi, and you download it for free. If you got a smart TV, you can put it on there, and it has old episodes of Alf, and so I watch that with my 10-year-old now, and she loves it, and for the most part, pretty good show for kids. Some references in there I get now as an adult that I probably didn't get as a kid. See if I can fix this so my top of my head's not being cut off. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of the light in the background. Sorry about that. So, but there's some references, but nothing too terrible. And so, but good old 1980s family show. Mom, dad, kid, 2 kids, and an alien. If you haven't ever seen it or heard about it, I'm sure most people have. So we were watching it the other night, and they had the Christmas special. I'm like, well, hang on just a second. I was thinking to myself, I don't really remember the Christmas special, but I think I remember watching it. Okay, so real quick, for the sauce, there's going to be mustard. I'm going to use 3 tablespoons of mustard. So I'm watching this, and you think, oh, it's going to be this cute little uplifting thing because it's a funny show. Well, maybe not uplifting, but it's a funny show, so it's going to have some comedy in it, things like that. And it did. As always, there's laughs and everything. But man, did that thing get dark real quick. So if you haven't seen the Alf special, Christmas special, and you plan on ever watching it, or you don't remember and you want to watch it again and be surprised, some spoiler alerts in here. I won't tell you how it ends up, other than, yeah. So, but suffice it to say, it dealt with childhood death, suicide, like straight up, like nobody killed themselves or anything like that, but definitely dealt with it, and you knew what the guy was planning on doing. So it was interesting, but just made me think about as 80s kids. Okay, so the next part of the sauce is ketchup. I do 4 tablespoons of ketchup. Not exactly the healthiest. It's got sugar. I get that. So, like I said, this ain't about the healthiest stuff. But I found that as you cook your own food, even if you're not totally intentional on things, you're going to be a little bit better than if you go out to eat things like that. I mean, let's be honest, most of us, we don't have time to stress out about all the different things when it comes to health. Try to make it as simple as possible. So, went back to Alf. So it was pretty interesting. The wife and I were texting back and forth while it was going on. Like, man, Alf got real back in the day. And so, yeah. So, just if you're bored and you want something to watch with your kids, go hit up the Alf seasons just when you get to the Christmas special. If you got really little ones that you don't want to explain too much to, you may want to skip that one until a later date and time. So, what else? So, I watched this new documentary, I guess you call it documentary, thing on Netflix about they built it as like a super secret conspiracy group called The Family. That's the name of it, The Family. I wouldn't call it exactly super secret, anything like that, considering you can go Google it, and the people that are a part of it, even though it's not an official organization, there are people a part of it that there are people that are part of it that they don't hide the fact that they're a part of it, even though there's not technically something. Oh yeah, soy sauce, 1 tablespoon. So, but as I was watching it, it was like, I want to say 5 episodes. I could be wrong on that. It's been a little while. It took me a while to process it, because this is what I will say about it. And then 1 tablespoon of sriracha. This is what I will say about this group, or not group, however. So they're a Christian organization. While they don't espouse to being right-wing, left-wing, because they definitely have some people on the left politically and religiously. I mean, for the most part, most of their members are right-wing. Not a judgment, just saying that's what they are. I think that's pretty obvious, and I don't think anybody would have a problem labeling themselves that way. But it was interesting. Oh, let me get a whisk real quick. It's my favorite whisk. I thought it was interesting the influence that they have over different politicians. And it was interesting how they've picked up this influence over the years. And I can't say that I'm totally disagree with them. As a Christian, I think we should be out influencing people. I think one of the things that bothered me, though, was their representation of Christ, that he would have only cared about the powerful. That's who he was really going after, things like that. Yeah, I think that's pretty contradictory to the gospel. I mean, they have their evidences and things. They can show you evidence for their thoughts. But, like I said, would just kind of disagree with them on that. But, because it's also interesting as I was watching it, you definitely get what you would think, older white dudes, middle-aged white dudes, stuff like that. But they have one group in Seattle that meets, and yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, white people would be bothered by this guy. Black dude that tells it the way it is, and he's unashamed, and tell you about the social ills of society and everything like that. So, but yeah. And then other things I've been listening to and watching lately was listening to this new podcast called Conspiracy Theories. By the name, it's about conspiracy theories. So the people that do it, they're not conspiracy theorists or anything like that. But what they will tell you is that they're open-minded to things, and then they take a look at them. So, yeah, just been listening to that. And since I'm cooking and talking at the same time, they did one recently on sugar versus saturated fat. And they went over how the first episodes are always like just the facts. So they talked about how sugar is not good for you, which, duh. But it's funny, we all recognize that, or at least most of us, I would say, recognize that. Oh, and there was 1 tablespoon of honey in it. Sorry, forgot that one. So, real quick. Tablespoon of honey, 3 of mustard, 4 of ketchup, 1 of soy sauce, and 1 of sriracha sauce. Alright, and then you mix it all up, pour it on while your meat is cooking. So, conspiracy theories. I'll make this real quick because this will be a 15-minute video for me to upload. I'm not cool enough to have beyond 15 minutes with YouTube. But, conspiracy theories, and they're talking about sugar versus saturated fats and things like that. And I thought it was pretty interesting that the reason we are so addicted to sugars is probably the same reason people got addicted to tobacco. They use pretty much the same ad type campaigns, things like that. They got in and did medical reviews saying it wasn't that bad, other than it would decay your teeth. So it turns out that sugar will help lead to heart disease, from what I understand. I could be wrong on that. And yeah, so definitely something to listen to. But long story short, the sugar companies pretty much did the same thing the tobacco companies did, and that's because the person who the tobacco companies used to promote their product and lessen people's worries about it, or was the same person that sugar companies use. Sugar and tobacco use the same person to promote their product. Alright, so a lot of steam, that's probably going to jack up the video. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video, cook a little bit more, and then probably make another video later on. Alright, thanks, bye.